Hello guys, Sanjay here and welcome back to a new video in which we are going to talk about the Moto E40. We'll unbox this device, we'll talk about the initial impressions and I'll show you some stuff. Is this the best device to go for under 10,000 rupees? Because there are a lot of things that this device has to offer. Without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, 48 megapixel triple camera system, octa-core processor. This is the most important thing in my opinion because this one comes with Unisoc T700 processor. I tested the Unisoc T610 processor in Micromax device and the Realme device, and both of them performed amazingly well. So I'm excited to see how this one performs as well. Then 6.5 inches of Max Vision HD Plus display. We do not have anything else on the box, so that's fine. But this is the device which I am going to give away to one of you guys, or maybe two of you. So these are two devices which I will be giving away in this video. For the rules, stay tuned, watch the video. I'll talk about that in the later part of this video. In this video, I'm going to unbox this unit. Let's start. So we get the device itself with the cover on, which can be removed like this. At this price point, you are getting a cover, which is a nice thing. We'll just remove this plastic. Oh, static electricity. I got small current, but that's nothing fatal. If this happens with a computer case, then usually it's much worse. On the phone, it's okay. It's nothing actually. Okay, the phone is already on. That's because I am actually using this phone already. Then we have some normal regular manuals. We have the SIM ejector tool here. Then we have the charger, and the charger is a 10-watt charger and not a 18-watt or 25-watt or 15-watt charger, which I feel Motorola should have gone with a 18-watt charger at least. Do we need to talk about anything else? No. We do need to talk about one thing, that I have the retail unit of the device. The videos that you must have seen must be having some sort of branding here that this is pre-production unit. This is the final unit that I have, and I have set it up and everything is ready to go actually. Let's look at the design. So plastic back panel, obviously this is a unibody design by the way. Fingerprint sensor is present over here. I can just tap here and the device should get unlocked. Tap, unlock, tap, unlock. Okay, it's way fast, I guess. Yeah, it is very fast. Fingerprint sensor had no issues whatsoever. Now, when it comes to the back panel, it has this type of design, wavy design, which feels nice and makes this noise as well. At the bottom side, we have bottom firing speakers at the price tag of 9,500 rupees. I cannot complain about this. The speaker quality is, we'll talk about that in the later part. USB Type-C port, which is very important. If this device would have come with micro USB port, that would have been really bad. Then we have primary microphone over here. On the side, we have power button. Then we have the volume buttons here, and then a dedicated Google Assistant button if you want to use that. I personally do not use Google Assistant that much to have a dedicated key for it. Then we have a headphone jack at the top. We do not have any secondary noise cancellation mic over here. And yes, you do get a dedicated micro SD card slot. If 64 GB storage is something which is you feel is less, then one dedicated micro SD card and two SIM cards are supported. Dual 4G, dual VoLTE is supported on this device, but there is no carrier aggregation. And another important thing that you should definitely note is that there is no 5 GHz Wi-Fi support. Only 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi is supported over here. Now at this particular price point, once again, there are a lot of devices which only have 2.4 GHz. I'm not complaining, but letting you know that, yeah, that's something which you should take care of. This is a 5 GHz Wi-Fi name, but it's just the name. It does not support 5 GHz Wi-Fi band. And that's it for the physical overview. Overall, the device does feel well built. I cannot really bend the device. It is well built. IP52 rating is also present. So if accidentally you drop water on the phone, it may survive. I am saying may because you are not supposed to dip this phone inside the water or purposely drop water on that phone. The phone may not survive. No one guarantees you, but it does come with IP52 rating, which means if you're talking on your phone and let's say you have a lot of sweat, it will survive that, no issues whatsoever. And the camera, this is not a regular notch. This is punch hole camera, which definitely looks much better under the price tag of 10,000 rupees. Let me just zoom in a little bit. And now when it comes to the software experience, these are the only applications which are pre-installed on the device. Like literally, I can't even scroll. All of them are literally made by Google. There is something called as interactive wallpapers. That's it. That's the only non-Google application which is present here. I'll just download something and let's see how these wallpapers work. Okay, so this is basically live wallpaper. I'll just set it and there you go. What happens with this? Okay, It just zoom in, zoom out. I thought something else will happen as well. So when it comes to clean software Android experience, Motorola E40 will offer you that. And at the price tag of 10,000 rupees, usually the devices that I recommend are from Realme or Xiaomi. Usually they are from Realme. But now as this device comes with the Unisoc T700 chipset, I have to say that this is one of the best recommendations that I can have. If you are looking for great performance at this price point, as of shooting this video, the device is performing great. We have not seen long-term performance gains or whatever happens with the Unisoc processors, but I feel very confident with this particular processor. When it comes to day-to-day usage, the device is performing really good. As you can see, if I go to set, I can't really do much here right now. But if I switch between applications, everything is smooth. Let's talk about gaming, because that's going to be an important part. If you are someone who plays BGMI, let's say Call of Duty, then the device will perform good over there, no issues whatsoever. And at the price tag of 10,000 rupees, is this the best device to go for? I feel like it is one of the best, but it does not have gyroscope, which will be an issue for some people. So if you are a player who plays with gyroscope, then do consider that. But then there is C25i, which also doesn't have gyroscope or delayed gyroscope from other devices. So yeah, that's something which you should definitely take a note of. But when it comes to raw gaming performance and CPU performance, this device did not disappoint at all. Unisoc T700 is a worthy processor, and at the price tag of 10,000 rupees, it is crazy that it can match G85's performance and really good performance basically. I'm excited to see what Unisoc launches with 15,000 rupees devices, because will those perform like, let's say, 775G with 5G support and everything? Let's see what happens in the future. Now the device comes with 5000 mAh battery and a USB Type-C port, as I mentioned earlier, but as there is only 10-watt charger inside the box, it will take at least a couple of hours to charge completely. 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage is the base variant. No 3GB, no 32GB. That's the best part about the Moto E40, I feel, because you do not need to worry about that. And a lot of times getting a 4GB RAM device is much better, much better as compared to getting a 3GB RAM device and then regretting your decision after 6 months. And I guess that's pretty much it for this particular video. But can we stop the video without talking about the camera? So these are some of the camera sample shots that we captured from the Motorola E40 at the price tag of 9,500 rupees. Nothing exceptional as such. It's just regular camera. C25i or other devices from Xiaomi will perform in the similar range itself. 8 megapixel selfie camera only, no 16 megapixel, nothing crazy. But when it comes to 48 megapixel quad pixel camera or triple camera setup, you have to remember that 48 megapixel camera is the primary sensor, and that is the camera that you will use most of the times. Other one is macro camera and the depth camera. I highly doubt that you will use it that much. So 48 megapixel camera, the shots you're seeing right now are the important shots. I feel at this particular price point, no complaints as such. It's just regular camera that you get in any other device. Now let's talk about the giveaway. This is the device that I was using. If you want to enter into the giveaway to win any one of these Motorola E40, I'm giving 2 of them. Like this video, comment on this video, follow me on Twitter. I will be announcing the giveaway winners on Twitter only, so make sure you follow me over there and comment down below. I will be choosing someone from the comments which are made on this video. So like this video, comment and subscribe. I will choose winner after 15 days of this video going live. So comment as soon as possible. 1 comment per person, obviously. And I will be giving away these 2 devices to one of you. So what's the final opinion? Should you go for the Moto E40 or not? I feel at the price tag of 10,000 rupees or 9,500 rupees, this is definitely one of the very good recommendations because of the Unisoc T700 chipset. Obviously, I would have loved to see an 18-watt charger, but that's not here. But overall, if you are looking for a clean Android experience and very good performance, this is one of the devices that you should definitely consider. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and press the bell icon so that you get notified next time I upload a video like this one. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching.